We're live.
All right, we're live. And I now call this audio-video conference of public hearing of the Board of Trustees of Harlingen to order pursuant to the governor's orders for temporary suspension of open meetings. This public hearing will be audio and video conference. I now call on Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Jaime, Dr. Cavazos, board members. This is our financial integrity reporting system at Texas public hearing. We are required to hold public hearings to inform the community on our results or the financial indicators from the Texas Education Agency. Mr. Ramon Mendoza, Administrator for Business Services, is going to go over the results. So I'm going to hand it over to him. Mr. Mendoza.
Mute Jerry. Shane.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Raymond.
Perfect, thank you. As Mr. Cavazos mentioned, let me see if I can share my screen. Can y'all see that? Our Harlingen
Yes.
Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas. Okay, perfect. Board members, Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, and senior team. Every year we are required to have a public hearing regarding our first rating. So what is our first rating? And what is first? First is a financial accountability system for Texas school districts developed by TA back in 1999 by Senate Bill 875 of the 76th Texas Legislature. The primary goal of FIRST is to achieve quality performance in the management of school districts' financial resources. Okay? So the School FIRST Accountability Rating System assigns one of 4 financial accountability ratings to Texas school districts. To receive a superior rating, we must earn 90 to 100 points. To receive a B, above standard rating, you must earn 80 to 89 points. And to earn a C, meet standard, we must earn 60 to 79 points. And an F, substandard achievement, is below 59 points. Again, any school district that receives a substandard achievement must follow a corrective action plan with TA. There were 15 indicators developed, and the ratings were assessed based on the response for each indicator. And the following are the questions along with our brief explanation of each question and our response to those indicators. The first indicator has to do with our annual financial report. That basically says that we must file our annual financial report to TA by November 27 in our case. Since we have a June 30th fiscal year deadline, we must submit it by November 27, and we did that for the 2018-2019 school year. In addition to that, did we receive a clean audit opinion? That means that we received an unmodified opinion, and we did. We did that. We strive to have a clean audit each and every year. Question 2B, did we have any disclosure of any material weaknesses in internal controls? And we did not. So we passed that indicator as well. Indicator number 3, did we make timely payments of all of our debt service payments? And obviously we did. We make payments February 15th and August 15th of each and every year. And we strive to make those payments probably at least 2 or 3 days before they're due. Indicator number 4, that we make timely payments to other state and federal agencies, like the Teacher Track System, Texas Workforce Commission, or the IRS. And we strive to make each and every payment when it's due on or before the deadline to each and every entity. So those 5 indicators, we have to score at those indicators with a yes. Indicators 6 through 15, we have the opportunity to earn a maximum of 10 points on each indicator. This year, we earned a maximum points for all indicators except indicator number 7. And that indicator has the following. Was the ratio of current assets to current liabilities ratio for the school district sufficient to cover short-term debt? The ratio for our district has to be 3% or higher. Our ratio was 2.69. So there we earned 8 points. This is one of the indicators that last year we improved on. Last year we earned 6 points, and this year we earned 8 points, so we went by 2 points. In addition to that, last year on indicator number 6, which is right above that, was the number of days of cash on hand and current investments in the general fund for the school district sufficient to cover operating expenditures. This indicator this year we scored a maximum of 10 points. We have 125 days on hand as cash. Last year we scored an 8, so we improved 2 points here on this particular indicator. The rest of the indicators, we scored a 10. In particular, we pay close attention to indicator number 11, was the school district administrative coverage equal to or less than the threshold for our district. The standard for our district is 8.5% of our total operating expenditures in the general fund as it pertains to our administrative costs. Currently, our rate is 8.25, so we met that indicator and we were awarded 10 points. Another indicator that we pay close attention to is indicator number 13, which is easy to read, but it's easy to follow as well. During our new submission through Pews, did that submission equal to our financial auditor report that we submitted back in November of 27. And obviously we strive to have that Pews report of our financial data tied exactly to that audit report. And we do that each and every year. Indicators 14 and 15, the external auditor indicate the annual financial report was free of any instances of material non-compliance. And of course, the answer was yes, so we were awarded the 10 full points. So based on our responses and based on our ratios and responses, our overall score was a 98. Last year, we scored a 94, so we improved 4 points. Wow. Our overall rating for the 2019-2020 school year, based on our 2018-2019 school year, was an again, all this means that we have an excellent CFO that is an excellent steward of our public finances. The next slide is a comparative analysis for the past 10 years. Again, if you look at these two columns, this year we scored a 98 as compared to last year, a 94. And you can see that on indicator 6, we went from an 8 to a 10, and indicator 7, we went from 6 points to 8 points. So that gives us the 98 points. For our district for the 2019-2020 school year. Other required disclosures are as follows. Okay, reimbursements for school board and superintendent fees paid by the district on behalf of the school board. And this is a schedule of our superintendent reimbursements as well as our board members by name and by category. It includes meal, lodging, transportation, motor fuel, and other includes fees and dues that our district pays on behalf of our superintendent and our school board. And this is for the 18-19 school year. Another required disclosure is outside compensation by the superintendent. So the superintendent did not receive any compensation from any vendor outside the school district. Gifts of $250 or more, school board trustees, superintendent, and first-degree relatives. The school board and superintendent did not receive any gifts of $250 or more from any vendor. School district visit transactions with school board members for fiscal year 2018-2019. The school district did not conduct any business with our board members. Superintendent's contract. Again, the requirement for our public hearing again is to provide our community with a copy of our superintendent's contract, and we have done that as well. The copy is available at our boardroom for inspection as well. So this year, total school districts that received a rating of superior rating for the state of Texas, 897 school districts received a superior rating. That's about 88% of our total school districts in the state of Texas received superior rating. Region 1 school districts, our average is 68% of our school districts in Region 1 received a superior rating. So that's just some information for you guys. I know last year, one of our board members asked for us to provide that information. Again, we improved by 4 points. We have an excellent CFO that guides us, as well as a very conservative board and a very conservative superintendent. Any questions or concerns on our report for this year?
Well, thank you, Raymond. I appreciate that presentation. And, again, this is the 18th year of the financial ratings, established by TEA back in 1999. We've always received a superior rating or an A rating that started 5 years ago. They put that into a letter rating, so we've been having an A. So we're very happy about that, and certainly we have a great, a business office staff that do a lot of the work and appreciate their effort. I'll be glad to answer any questions the board might have. This is a public hearing, so the public is invited to make any statements.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Julio, last year we were 94%, is that right?
Yeah, we received 94 out of 100.
94?
Yes, sir.
And what about the year before that?
I believe it was 96. Raymond, can you go back up there?
Yes, sir.
92.
It was 92,
Yeah,
92,
92.
Well,
Yeah.
just,
and before that, 96.
thank you and your staff for such an outstanding job. You got to hit 100 now. You keep going up every year. There's nowhere to go except 100. So, but fantastic job again, and just congratulations to you and everyone in your department.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's what we strive for. Hopefully next year, we'll get that 100 and, at least, continue with the A's and a superior rating. But thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Anybody else?
Just want to comment, say great job, Julio and the team.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Leon.
Mr. President, if I could, I'd just also like to add my congratulations. The ability of our district to
Shane.
hold its head high in the community and know that our, who we represent and what we're doing is grounded on such strong financial foundation, and it is tremendous. It offers us opportunities that other districts don't get. And so I, too, just want to congratulate your team, your team, the senior team, Dr. Cavazos, the whole group, because it takes all the pieces pulling together to get a 98. That does not happen by accident. So congratulations.
Thank you.
One more comment.
Go ahead, Mr. Powers.
Shane, you'll put this in our newspaper section and so forth, because this is, like Belinda said, this is something we want the public to know, that we have this outstanding rating and watching out for the public's interest. So thank you.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. President, may I comment as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Please? Yes, I would just like to join my congratulations with those of our colleagues on another extraordinary result of incredible work and the strongest ethical model possible in public education. This is a time when, as one of my colleagues said, we don't always see this. And Harlingen, however, is the outlier in the best of all possible ways. And so, Julio, for you and for all of your staff, and for all of our senior team who have worked so hard to help make everything happen to the highest level, and it all contributes. We want to say congratulations and thank you. This is what the trust of our community is built upon, and you have provided that for us at all times, and never more so than this year. So thank you very, very much. We're excited, we're very proud, and please do publicize.
Thank you, Ms. Fleury. Dr. Cavazos?
Yeah.
You bet.
Mr. President, I also want to echo the sentiments of the board. Julio Cavazos, our CFO, with his entire team, I see Ida, Raymond, and the others, do an incredible job. And to Dr. Reininger's point, the stability of a district is dependent on fiscally responsible financial management. Julio and his team have brought to this district many accolades, years and years of accolades, and the transparency is critical for our community. So I want to thank Julio and his team for an incredible job, and keep up the great work. Thank you for what you all do every day.
Thank you very much. And again, we do have an awesome business office staff that does most of the work, so we certainly appreciate that, and thanks to our staff.
Thank you. Thank you, Julio, Mr. Mendoza, Ms. Ambrose, everybody. Thank you all. Mr. Strubart, this is a public hearing. Do we have any?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay, we don't have anybody for the public hearing. So with that, I adjourn this public hearing.
We're still live.
We're live.
And we are live, and I now call this audio-video conference, regular board meeting of the HCISD Board of Trustees to order. Pursuant to the governor's temporary suspension of open meetings, this meeting will be held through audio-video conferencing. We do have a quorum, and now we will observe a moment of silence. Thank you. We'll move on to the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mr. Shane Strubart.
Thank you, Mr. President, trustees, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. Tonight's pledge will be led by Ryan Garcia. Ryan is a fourth grade student at Zavala Elementary and has been a part of the Gifted and Talented program since kindergarten. Ryan is an all-A student and continues to strive to maintain his excellent academic standings. He has represented Zavala Elementary in UIL Social Studies and Robotics Club. This year, he is participating in the Zavala newscast and is excited to share his charismatic personality with the Zavala school and staff. Ryan enjoys spending time with his family and supporting his siblings in their extracurricular activities. He is a big Cardinal fan. He especially supports the Harlingen Cardinal baseball team, which his brother has been a part of playing for. Ryan also loves to see his older sister cheer at the Kano Freshman Academy Ravens. During his free time, which I don't know how he has free time with all that stuff he's got going on, Ryan enjoys reading, drawing, and watching movies. He plans to attend the University of Texas, where he wants to major in the medical field. His parents, Ruben and Cecilia Garcia, are very proud of all his accomplishments and his future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Garcia.
Ladies and gentlemen, will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. Great job, Ryan. We'll move on to the awards and recognitions today. Item 2A, the National Merit Scholarship Program recognitions. Ms. Melissa Parker.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the board, Dr. Cavazos, members of the senior team, and audience. Tonight, we would like to recognize the district's commended students in the National Merit Scholarship Program. The National Merit Scholarship Program is an academic competition for recognition and scholarship that began in 1955. High school students enter the National Merit Program by taking the preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. More than 2/3, which is about 34,000 students of the approximately 50,000 high scorers on the PSAT and MSQT, received letters of commendation in recognition of their outstanding academic promise. This year's commended students from the HCISD are from Harlingen High School South. And tonight we have James Abbott's parents who are going to give him a certificate online. So we can see him. We want a big round of applause for James Abbott from Harlingen High School South. Our other student is also from Harlingen High School South, and it is Justin Armstrong, and I believe his parents are available as well. There they are, oh my gosh. So we have, these are our two students, so Mr. James Abbott and Mr. Justin Armstrong from Harlingen High School South.
Any comments from the trustees?
Any comments from the trustees?
Mr. President, yes, please.
Go ahead, Dr. Reiniger.
Thank you. I'd like to just recognize the hard work and the, the dedication that you all have put in to get to this position, to put yourself in this place to be recognized with this tremendous award. We are so particularly proud of you all. Thank you for the dedication, and we know you're going to do great, great things. So congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Reininger.
Mr. President, may I speak, please?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Yes, I would like to join our board and all of our colleagues throughout the district in congratulating these two fabulous students and saying, wow, wow, wow. You have set the standard now for everyone else to follow, and we are super HCISD proud of you. This is an extraordinary honor, and it's one which can never, ever be taken from you. You will have this honor and be proud of this honor for the rest of your life. And please know that we will be proud of you and will follow your pathways wherever you go for years to come. You really have distinguished yourselves, your families, and your school district, and your community says thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jerry. Mr. Armstrong, Ms.
Super
Abbott,
proud.
congratulations. Exactly what Ms. Fleury, Dr. Reininger said. We're very proud of you, and we're happy that you represent us, and you're going to represent us as you move forward with your college careers and in your professional life. So congratulations, and we're very proud of you. And I'm smiling under the mask. Anybody else? And now we'll move on to item 2B, the recognition of PTSA Students of the Month for November 2020. Ms. Brianna Vela Garcia.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. Tonight I will be recognizing our November PTSA Students of the Month, and they are joining us in tonight's Zoom meeting. The students you see on camera, they represent PTSAs of Harlingen High School, Harlingen High School South, Early College High School, and Harlingen School of Health Professions. This video will be available to watch to the public on our HCISD YouTube page following this board meeting, and so we hope you enjoy.
My name is Sydney Patillo, and I'm a senior at Harlingen High School. I'm a member of PTSA, NHS, and I'm on the varsity basketball, cheer, and track team. I'm very passionate about basketball, and I hope to one day play in college and get a scholarship for it. I plan on going to Texas State to study kinesiology and hopefully in the future be an athletic trainer. I'd like to thank all my coaches for always pushing me to my full potential, because without the constant support, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and I'm forever thankful for that.
My name is Connor Reedon, and I'm a senior here at HHS. Some of the clubs I've been a member of the PTSA since I was in middle school. I am a varsity football player. I play tight end and long snapper. I also volunteer in some church activities such as food distribution, and I was an actor in the church's nativity nights. But probably the most important one was when I was a flag football coach for the Boys and Girls Club, because I was able to teach young kids the fundamentals of football and how to have fun in teamwork. I'm very passionate about football. I eat, breathe, and sleep football. My family is also very passionate about it. We've traveled all around the states, went to many games and camps such as Texas Tech, Kingsville, UT, Permian Basin. But we've also been out of state and attended some, like the Manning Passing Academy, where I was lucky enough to catch a touchdown and give a fist bump to two-time Super Bowl champion Peyton Manning. Well, I just got accepted to Texas Tech University, and I want to study digital media and professional communications with a sports media focus. And eventually I want to take that degree and become a sports commentator or work in the sports entertainment industry. Some people I want to thank for my journey at HHS and in HCISD are my mom, my dad, and my brother for always supporting me, encouraging me, and helping me become a better person. I also want to thank my second grade Rodriguez Elementary School teacher, Miss Rodriguez, for teaching me that learning could be fun and being the sweetest, kindest teacher that I've ever had.
My name is Isabella Muniz. I am a senior at Harlingen High School South. I am in varsity orchestra, and I am the varsity orchestra booster club president. And I am in student council. I am in NHS, and I am the parliamentarian of the NHS club. I am a manager of the varsity volleyball team. I'm in PTSA, and I hold the student decorating chair in PTSA. I plan on going to school either to UTSA, University of Texas at San Antonio, or North Texas University. I plan on studying psychology or physiology because I want to be an occupational therapist or a psychiatrist. I haven't really decided which one I want to do yet, but both of the majors help with both of the careers I want to pursue, or whichever one I want to pursue. So yes, that's what I want to do. I would like to thank my teachers, of course. All of my teachers have been amazing mentors, and they have helped me get the grades I have been able to get because they've been amazing teachers. And even my extracurricular teachers, like my orchestra instructors, they've always been there for me and have been brilliant mentors in the sense that they've always been like, push yourself and do your best. And of course my parents, because they have been the reason why my grades have stayed so well. They have been there for me throughout every year of high school and have helped motivate me to do my very best.
I am Corinne Reiniger. I am a senior and I go to Harlingen High School South. I'm in NHS and THS, and I am now a part of a team leadership subcommittee for Junior League Harlingen, and I'm a captain for varsity volleyball and a captain for varsity soccer. I am very passionate about personal health, fitness, nutrition, disease prevention and management, and being a part of a team that sets goals and works hard to achieve them. I am planning to go to UT and study public health in the College of Natural Sciences. And after I finish my bachelor's degree, I anticipate getting a graduate's degree in public health too. And ultimately, I want to become a professor and teach students about disease prevention. I want to thank all my coaches in all of my high school and middle school years for being the best and making sports not only a personal outlet, but an enjoyable experience with many unforgettable memories.
Wow.
Hi, I am Serenity Brown, a senior from Early College High School. I was in student council for my junior year. Since 8th grade, I participated in the New Horizons program. Extra activities I do outside of school would be working on the weekends and helping my younger twin sisters with online school while I attend to mine. I hope to attend to Texas A&M in Kingsville to work on my bachelor's degree in science. Therefore, my major would be in zoology. I would like to take a moment to thank my mom because without her guidance, I wouldn't attend ECHS or work towards the credits I need to achieve my goals.
I am Alondra Hernandez. I am at senior at Early College High School. So I am the vice president of this year's class cabinet. I am the secretary of this year's student council. This is my second time being an outreach editor for Yearbook. And I was a former secretary for Robotics Engineering Club. And I have also been involved in Battle of the Books, Drama Club, and I volunteer locally at San Benito Vet Hospital. I am seeking to get into Texas A&M in College Station to obtain a major in biomedical sciences so that I could pursue my dream career of becoming a veterinarian in the near future. I would like to thank my parents, of course, for always helping me and pushing me to achieve my goals and dreams, and for helping me become the person I am today.
My name is Bianca Anciso, and I'm a senior at the Harlingen School of Health Professions. I'm a member of the LVN program with Valley Baptist Medical Center, and it does take up a lot of my time since it's such an intensive program, but since I hopefully will be a licensed nurse. Once I graduate, I think it's personally worth it to sacrifice my other extracurriculars for it. Okay, my first choice right now, since I do plan on staying close to home, sort of, is the University of Texas at San Antonio, UTSA, just because I really love the city there, and I visited the campus, and it's a really nice campus. And as far as majoring, they have an interdisciplinary study major kind of with collaboration with UT Health. So my plan is to go and get my bachelor's of nursing with UTSA and UT Health, and then using that, I really want to become a travel nurse. My mom, most definitely, because she's the one that pushed me to go to that high school in the first place. So I wouldn't have the opportunity to do any of this if it wasn't for her. And a lot of the times when it's gotten really difficult, she's been the one to push me through it and really just remind me how much it's gonna be worth it in the end. So definitely her. And as far as educational people, our principal for kind of collaborating with the hospital and giving us this opportunity in the first place, and also the instructors with Valley Baptist that took a chance on, a group of high school kids. I mean, no one else would really, I feel like, risk that. So I'm really grateful that they took a chance on us because, like I said, I really hope it pays off.
My name is Julian Garza, and I'm a senior at Harlingen School of Health Professions. I participate in NHS, HOSA, Rotary. I do participate as much as I can, every single one, and try to get as much feedback as possible. I plan on going to Texas A&M College Station, and I just applied, so I'm still waiting for my acceptance letter, but I plan on majoring in public health, and I plan on becoming a dentist after my studies are done. I'd like to thank my principal, Mrs. Garza, for always pushing me to strive for academic excellence. And I'd also like to thank my teacher, Mrs. Gonad, for opening me up to dentistry, because without her, I don't think I would have ever thought that I'd be going into dentistry.
Very nice.
All right, yes, so a big round of applause to our amazing students. I'd like to recognize these students' parents also and family members. They may be watching our live board meeting broadcast, and I'd like to thank our high school PTSA organizations and Harlingen City Council PTSA President Elias Ortega. Students, as I call your name, just send a big wave, through Zoom. For Harlingen High School, we have Sydney Portillo. And I guess if you want to also turn your mic on so you can come to the front of the screen and say hi. We also have Connor Reedon.
Hello.
Connor.
What's up, Connor?
From Harlingen High School South, we have Isabella Muniz. Hello. Corinne Reiniger could not make it tonight. She's at a volleyball game, but we know we have a proud mom in the boardroom. From Early College High School, we have Serenity Brown.
Hi.
Hi, Serenity.
We also have Alondra Hernandez. Hey, everyone.
Hey, Alondra.
From Harlingen School of Health Professions, we have Bianca Anciso. And then we have Julian Garza.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
Awesome. Well, congratulations again, students. And I'd like to invite our board of trustees to say a few words before we take our Zoom photo.
Mr. President, may I speak?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Oh, aren't we just so proud? This is just such a wonderful part of every board meeting, and we are so super proud. What extraordinary students. I mean, really, this is just an exceptional group, and we're just so proud of you, and we will follow your careers too, and we are going to watch what you're doing, and we're going to always say, that's an HCISD student, that's one of ours, that's our family. And so congratulations, and also thanks so much, Brianna, to the students and all who helped create these videos. They're just fabulous. They just get more and more interesting. They've always been great, but every time they put in a little new twist, and it's so interesting. And kudos they're wonderful. And kudos to City Council PTA, by golly, for starting this program a long, long time ago, and to HCISD for continuing it, and to Miss Brianna Vela Garcia for upping the ante in terms of bringing in the students. So thank you so much. We are delighted with the students who presented. We are delighted with the students who are honored. So what a team and what a group of kiddos. Bravo.
Thank you, Ms. Fleury. Any other trustees? If not, I would just like to echo Ms. Fleury's sentiments. We're obviously very proud of you. And one of the favorite things is always, during our school board meetings, recognizing the students of the month and then taking a big group selfie. But Brianna will have to do that right now. She'll take a screenshot of the screen. But I do want to say congratulations. I know this is a different year. But you guys continue to do what you do best, and that's just be the best student you can be. So we couldn't be more proud, because that makes not just our job as trustees, but the administration, your teachers, everybody's super proud of y'all, because it's been a different year, but you guys continue to march forward and charge on, and you'll continue to do that as you move on into college, and we have no doubt you're going to be successful there too. So. Congratulations again, we're proud of you. Brianna, I want to echo Ms. Fleury's sentiments about the videos. Considering the circumstances, these videos continue to be a great way to highlight these students, and I like that they, I'm assuming they're shooting their own videos maybe and submitting them or submitting photos.
I'm doing the interviews via Zoom, and Brandon and I tag team. Then he does the in-person interviews.
Okay.
So
Well, please thank Brandon also. Please thank Brandon also for that work, because these videos are very, very well done. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to do our group screenshot real quick. So if everybody can just start waving, and I will just let you know when to stop waving. Awesome. I'm going to take one more picture. All right, perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. President, I think Julian was pretty smart to thank the principal. So he did a great job, and the Red Raider wore his shirt, so I know Red Raider, so. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to item number 3, approval of minutes. Item 3A, the October 13th, 2020 regular board meeting. Do you have a motion?
Yes, Mr. President, I move to approve the October 13, 2020 regular board meeting minutes.
Second.
I have a motion by Dr. Reininger and a second by Mr. Powers. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 3B, the October 29th, 2020 special board meeting.
I move for approval of the minutes as submitted.
I have a motion by Mr. Powers,
Second motion.
second by Ms. Fleury. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 3C is the November 3rd, 2020 Team of 8 meeting.
Make a motion for approval?
Motion by Mr. Javier.
Second motion.
Second by Dr. Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Now we'll move on to the approval of the consent calendar.
Mr. President, I'll move for approval of the consent calendar.
We have a motion by Mr. Powers
Second.
and a second by Dr. Reininger. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item 5, our principal's report by Ms. Tanya Garza from Zavala Elementary. Is she on?
She's on.
There she is.
I sure am. Good evening.
Good evening, Ms.
I'm
Garza.
going to get started by sharing my screen. This is a first for me for a principal report, right, via Zoom. So here we go. Is everybody able to see that? Ms. Fleury, if you can just give me a thumbs up. Perfect. I'm going to get it going. So, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience, today you will see firsthand how an Apple Distinguished School has adjusted teaching and learning to promote student engagement during unprecedented times. Our current staff, pictured here, right? That was how we took our end-of-year pick. Are all Apple certified teachers and Seesaw ambassadors. This means that all teachers have attended the self-paced journey through the Apple Teaching Learning Center. It is a self-paced program that builds skills on iPad and Mac that can be directly applied to activities with our students. Our Zavala staff has committed and have dedicated countless hours during their summer in researching best practices specifically for remote learning. Our teachers were very prescriptive in designing their grade level schedules to allow opportunity for Zoom instruction and Seesaw engagement that enhance critical thinking, collaboration, creativity, and communication for all three learning pathways. Our campus is unique in that teachers are well versed with their Apple devices and their productivity, such as Keynote, Pages, iMovie, and Clips. At the beginning of the year, we took the opportunity to provide professional development for our teachers in the area of student engagement through Zoom and Seesaw. Our professional learning goal was, how can we increase student engagement during remote instruction? We ensured teachers knew how to set up all technology devices such as Mac, iPad, document camera, and their Apple Classroom TVs. By doing this, the teachers were able to navigate and share their computer screen, but also their document camera, where the majority of the teaching and learning takes place. This process allowed a smooth transition for all learning pathways. We then focused on student engagement. At Zavala Elementary, we think about teaching strategies and techniques that address the developmental, intellectual, behavioral, physical, and social emotional factors that enhance student learning. This school year, COVID-19 has altered student learning pathways and how teachers deliver instruction. Students are learning face-to-face, hybrid, and remote. These learning pathways have had our educators implementing new methods of peer interaction and student participation via Zoom and Seesaw. Remote instruction looks very different compared to the way it looked in the spring, and our teachers are planning lessons so that students in all three learning platforms experience the same amount and degree of student engagement. Their lessons focus on how are our children being academically and physically engaged, and how are we providing social emotional engagement. In order to increase student academic and physical engagement, teachers have established Zoom norms and routines that foster behaviors that are conducive to learning. Teachers are using visual cues, gestures, and breakout rooms to help students navigate through Zoom. They are creating Zoom and Seesaw lessons that appeal to students' interest and promote their curiosity. Students are given the opportunity to create through the use of their iPad and share their products through Seesaw. Teachers are conducting Zoom lessons simultaneously with face-to-face, hybrid, and remote students, while keeping all students actively engaged. Our students continue to actively participate in their PE and music classes to simulate their kinesthetic learning that all students require, especially at this time. I'm going to pause for a minute, and you can see that the picture on the left is our face-to-face students. Social distancing is taking place, and then the photos to the right of your screen, the smaller photos, those are our remote students. One at the top is doing her jump rope skills, and that's actually a video that our coach gets to see on Seesaw. On the bottom, you see a parent that has posted to Twitter and tagged our campus and our coach, right? Because he was able to get his children actively engaged in the PE lesson. Here, I'm going to pause for a second to show you, this is an actual activity of a first grade remote student that submitted his activity through Seesaw.
I took a picture for sound of my speaker, my phone, and my TV. And sound is important because it helps you hear things.
So there was a lot of background noise, but keep in mind he is remote. He is in a home where there are 2 other siblings. But these are just a few of the videos and assignments and activities that we get to see on a daily basis through Seesaw. This is a trying time for our students and their families, and Zavala is a place where many of them feel a sense of normalcy. The social-emotional part of learning has been an area that we have kept at the forefront. Our campus counselor has been meeting with all students once a week via Zoom and small groups, along with Seesaw activities to promote positive emotions in students that will facilitate the learning process and minimize negative behaviors. Families are also given the opportunity to meet via Zoom or by appointment with our campus counselor and administration when needed. So teachers continue to persevere and monitor student Zoom attendance and participation, Seesaw assignments, and relevant data. Our PLCs have focused on our current student data and creating digital data forms instead of our typical data walls. This data allows teachers the opportunity to collaborate with their colleagues, regroup students based on need, and ensure their lessons are providing the necessary skills to enhance growth. Student growth continues to be at the forefront, and it begins with student engagement. At this time, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to have Mr. Strubart help me and share a video that showcases student engagement at Zavala Elementary.
Student engagement has always been a top priority in my classroom, especially this year. Now more than ever, it's so important to keep students interested so that learning can still take place. We have chat box discussions for a more controlled setting and shout-out sessions for a more spontaneous approach. We do live labs to engage the students with fun science experiments to go along with the concepts that we are learning. Some students even choose to recreate the labs at home. We also use Nearpod. It's great because it provides students with interactive, game-like science simulations. The students can engage with science content like real scientists.
In order to engage the heart, us physical educators and us as teachers, we want to make sure that we engage them by having a smile all the time in Zoom. We want to show them compassion, kindness, and we want to show them love. And we want to make sure that they know that we are there for them. Students just want to have movement in physical education, and they want to make sure that they're enjoying lifetime sports for the rest of their lives. And they want to make sure, we want to make sure that they're eating right, make sure that they're exercising, and making sure that they're doing sports that they're going to enjoy forever.
Student engagement looks a little different in my classroom this year. In my kindergarten classroom, my students are experiencing new methods of peer interaction and participation. They have learned to use the Zoom features to participate in my lessons. For example, annotation. They get excited and are eager to show and write or draw to their students what they've learned. Another thing we do is when we learn a new letter of the week or the day, I'll show them something here in the classroom that begins with that letter, and then I'll send them in a scavenger hunt for them to go around their home and look for something that begins with that letter. So utilizing things around their home makes them excited and want to share with the whole class. I share my classroom with my students. I want them to feel like they're physically here with me in the classroom. And as a teacher, I try to bring my classroom into their home environment. And I do that by singing, dancing, cheering them on to make them feel excited about learning.
To help students succeed for student engagement, I've assisted in different ways. I offer different means for different students and for different parents. We offer things online, whether it's through social media, talking about coping skills, ways to succeed, having a positive growth mindset. We've also reached out through YouTube with our morning assemblies. I do a little counselor snippet on there to offer tips to both parents and to students. I also offer weekly Zooms every week to meet with students on different topics that we may be sharing. And I think that a lot of the times we focus on the educational part, and we also hit, though, the good things. We hit that social emotional part here as much as we can, because we know that with student engagement, the child needs to be a whole child in order to succeed.
No matter the circumstances, we're going to keep on moving forward with creative and innovative ways to reach every learner.
So at this time, I'd like to thank our outstanding leadership in our school board and district administrative team. I'd also, if we could, I'd like to take just a few minutes, or 1 minute, to recognize my phenomenals of all the staff who are actually on our Zoom meeting today. They go above and beyond for our students each and every day. There's not one day that I'm not getting a text message, an email from them at all different types of the day. I mean, they do so much. They are my extended family. So I want to thank them because they make my job just that much easier. So if my teachers could turn on their videos, their cameras, and just kind of wave to the board. I'm excited that all of y'all made it. And again, y'all are amazing. I thank each and every one of you, especially during this time, because you know things are different. But you put forth your best effort. You're there at work every day and really working very, very hard. So they're the best teachers in the universe, by the way.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. I'll now open up to the board if they have any questions or comments for Ms. Garza and her amazing staff.
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes, sir, Dr. Weeks.
You know, I had the privilege of being at your school a couple of years ago, Ms. Garza, and you have an amazing group of people. I love the video, love the feedback, and love the things you guys are doing. I love the fact that, you know, Joe, one of my good friends, are you still there, Joe? Doing a fantastic job, right? We know it's about nutrition, we know it's about movement. I love seeing that. Oziel, always doing a fantastic job. Good to see you, man. Hi, baby girl. Good to see you. Kelsey, Rosemary, Melissa, Paul, you guys are doing a fantastic job. And this video really highlights all of that, right? The chat boxes, the shout-out sessions, you know, moving and dancing. And I kind of like want, it's really exciting to see this because I want to go and be part of that. Maybe I can and be part of the dancing and be part of the excitement. My only question, Ms. Garza, of course, you've done an amazing job, is, and I need you to answer this if you can, is will the Skittles dissolve faster in cold water or hot water?
I'm going to bypass that because my science teacher is right here. She does all that experiments. I don't know if y'all even follow her on Twitter, but I got scared when I saw that at first on Twitter because she was playing with fire. But she's amazing. So Ms. Lara does an amazing job. Like, what was the question again?
Do the Skittles dissolve faster in hot water or cold water?
Oh, Ms. Lara, what was it?
Hot water. Hot water.
Awesome.
Wow.
Great job. Great job, Ms. Garza. Congratulations. Great video, great teachers. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Weeks. Mr. DeLeon?
Thank you. I don't have any quiz for you, Ms. Garza, but I do want to just say a great job. Your staff is fantastic. I love the presentation. I got an insight of what you all do every single day. I have a question. I have two questions. One, and I kind of put it down so I wouldn't forget. What's a nice surprise that you've noticed so far during this COVID?
It was a little bit choppy. I only got that.
What was a nice surprise that you've noticed so far by teaching the way we're doing during the COVID session these last 2 months?
I think one of the things that I can share is that we were already a very close-knit staff, and I think that just this experience that we're going through has brought us even closer. More so than just at that colleague level. We're checking in on each other and how is everyone doing. But the teachers are collaborating to help each other with the instruction, with the activities that are being pushed out there. Things are very different for the students, but they're trying their very best. And that's all that we can ask of our families that are within our community, is that they give us the best that they possibly can. But overall, I think our campus has come closer together. Our teachers are collaborating like never before, and we're putting forth those activities and the instruction for our students that they deserve.
Wow, great. And my follow-up is, what's a challenge that you all have encountered that's a little bit of a surprise?
A challenge, I would say, would be more, how do we reach those handful of students or families that we are not engaging for whatever reason it may be? Is it because they're moving homes, their parents are, switching jobs, or where are these children staying during the day if they're not staying with their parents, that they're not participating with us? And I think that's been the most challenging part for my teachers, because my teachers are going to be there, they're going to plan, they're going to deliver, and they're going to put forth their effort. But what about those few families, those few students, those siblings that for some reason, even with a home visit, and we try, how can we bring them in and not lose that instructional piece with them?
Well, Ms. Gaddis, Zavala's been a rock star school prior, and you guys continue to be a rock star school during. So good job, keep it up, and thank all teachers and everybody that's making that campus and reaching out to all the students. So thank you and keep up the great work.
Mr. President?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Thank you. Tony, this was extraordinary tonight. I mean, truly extraordinary. And I appreciate very much Mr. De Leon's questions, because that elicited some information that otherwise perhaps we would not have known. But I just want to say that we have sat in multiple meetings with the leading people, I believe, anywhere, talking to us and talking us through the implementation of how we are doing this tri-level meeting and teaching. I have never understood it as well as I do right now from your presentation. I just really do believe what you have put together tonight and the manner in which it's been presented is exceptional. And I would like to say to Mr. Struhard and to Dr. Cavazos, any opportunities we have to take this show on the road, this really would be a fabulous opportunity, because if we who are inside are still having difficulty conceptualizing the implementation of virtual learning, then imagine what those who are at arm's length and yet care equally deeply are struggling with trying to learn and process. So congratulations, Zavala. You're obviously really doing it. Yes, it is wonderful that you have the advantage of already being in an Apple school, already being very familiar with technology, and this really does show what happens when a company in America does begin to partner with education, and so I think they would like to see this as well. Thank you, and thank you to your teachers. Clearly, the workload that they are doing is also extraordinary and exceptional. It is beyond anything most people can comprehend. And so your teachers and your staff, you really got it together over there. And I'm proud of my neighborhood school, Zavala. So thank you very, very much. And please do, if there are opportunities to share this, I hope that we will be leaping toward them, because I think the community is hungry to know what we're really talking about in education. So thanks a lot. You all, just kudos. You did a great job, exceptional.
Thank you, Ms. Furry.
Mr. President?
Dr. Reiniger? Yes?
Please, I won't repeat what my colleague said, and it's all, every word of it is just absolutely so true. I just, what really struck me was how you've taken technology, and you all were already the experts, and you've amped it up, but you never forgot the heart and the love and the action, right? You just, and that's the magic potion, right? That's the combination, and it's truly amazing, and really, these little bitties, the little bitty ones that you work with, I don't know how you're doing it. We're just awestruck by each and every one of you. Ms. Garza, great leadership, just great teamwork all around. Thank you so much. Thank you for just not letting go of those that you're still struggling to engage. We're just so proud of you all, and we know you're just working so hard. So we thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Reiniger. Dr. Cavazos,
Yeah, real quick, I just want to thank Ms. Garza and your entire team. I recognize some of the faces that were on the back-to-school video and that you all didn't know what you were doing, and I think Mr. Arnold broke something. I don't know, I was following everybody. I know Ms. Lara was on it. So several of you, and Coach Cano, you acted like you didn't know what a Zoom was, but you all are amazing, and the best of HCISD was on display tonight, and I want to thank you, and it warms our heart from the board level and from our level. We just thank you for doing the heavy lifting and not giving up on our students. You all are amazing, and I don't know if that was a push-up, Coach Cano, or not, but I know you were doing something, but hey, guys, thank you. And Ryan, I saw Ryan a little earlier. Thank you for the pledge, and you all are doing an incredible job. Keep championing the great work for all you do. I appreciate it. So my heart goes out to you all. Thank you, guys.
That looked like one of my push-ups, right?
Well, yeah.
No. Also, I want to say thank you. Everything, everybody's already kind of touched on everything. I did want to touch on the counselor piece. I think it's important that, and it really meant a lot to see that, that you all are reaching out to your students in that form and accommodating that part, especially the mental health side of everything. It's very important from just engaging them, talking to them, keeping them physically active, all that, because I know especially the ones that are home miss it. They miss being around their friends, and I think they, for the most part, they understand what's going on, but they still, like Dr. Reiniger said, it's the little ones. Sometimes they don't comprehend everything. So, and we don't know who's explaining what to them. So, thank you for that part to your counselor. And thank you all for caring.
And I think Ryan wants to be a superintendent, but he has a long time, Ryan. Just stay where you are, Ryan. Doing a great job, mijo.
All right. Thanks again, Ms. Garza, and thank you everybody for what you guys are doing there at Zavala. Thank you. Move on to item number 6, public comments for agenda topics. Ms. Brown, do we have public comments for agenda topics?
No, sir, we do not.
Thank you. Item number 7 is public audience for non-agenda topics. Do we have a public audience today?
No, sir, we do not.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Moving on to item number 8, matters relating to transformation and school support. Item 8A, Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee Report, Dr. Alisa Oyola.
Thank you, Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, board members, senior administration, and audience. Last Tuesday, November 3rd, we held our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting. We had only one topic, but a very important topic. Mrs. Veronica Corton, our Administrator for Organizational Development, presented on the teacher incentive allotment. And so just earlier, we actually saw why an opportunity like the teacher incentive allotment is such a critical piece. The Texas Commission of Public School Finance and the Texas Education Agency have set aside an allotment of monies designed to attract and retain the most effective educators. Obviously we saw a clear display of what these effective educators look like. And so through this incentive allotment, it is designed to set a realistic path for our teachers to achieve those top salaries that can range as high as $100,000. And so this opportunity was made available to school districts. It was an option, and so certainly HCISD knew how critical it was for us to take this opportunity to really recognize and compensate our teachers as much as possible. Obviously, over these last few months, we've seen that there really is no degree of compensation that is enough for all the work that they have done in moving our district through this pandemic, but anything that we can do to support that, we're going to do. And so the expectation for districts that are wanting to participate in this teacher incentive allotment is that teachers will create a local designation system. It'll be upon districts to identify what process will they use to identify these top educators. So the incentives that teachers will have available to them are going to range anywhere from possibly $3,000 to as much as $32,000, dependent on where they work, because the incentives are designed to compensate those teachers that are working in those challenging campuses that are very high need, and really move to distributing the most effective teachers across all campuses. So over the next 6 months, as a district, we are going to work to identify that system. How will we identify those high-performing teachers? We're going to follow a plan much like what we did when we developed our strategic plan. And so that was really designed around bringing the voices of our stakeholders together through advisory committees, through focus groups, through listening tours from our teachers, so we can go through a process of identifying how are we going to find those individuals and work through that process. So between now and the month of April, we will work on developing that plan. We will submit it to the state because it does need to go through a process of evaluation for validity and reliability. So we will submit that plan sometime in April. Once that plan is approved, then that will be what guides us in identifying those individuals. And so over the course of the 21-22 school year, we will put that system in place and identify those highly effective teachers with an expected payout of September 2023. So we identify them, then we have to work with the state through the whole process of the distribution of funds. And so we're really excited. This is an opportunity that has not been out there for our teachers. And so to be able to at minimum compensate them financially for all the work that they do is just an incredible opportunity. And so we look forward to this process. Over the next 6 months, we will be coming back to the board regularly to update you on how this process is rolling along, to ensure that all of us are staying consistent and are communicating what that is going to look like. But just an exciting opportunity as we look forward to the next few years, and I think it's going to be a really game changer in moving our district forward. So I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Belinda Reiniger. She chairs our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting for any additional thoughts. Dr. Reiniger?
Thank you, Dr. Noyola. You know, this really is unprecedented in the best way. We've been using that term to capture some times in 2020 that we'd rather forget. But this is something that our teachers deserve, and HCISD is going to be thoughtful and thorough in the planning of this. We will take, as Dr. Noyola said, 6 months to put this, the planning in place, and we will learn more as a board and as a district. I love the plans for engagement. I think that's just tremendously important. And then that baseline year where we're collecting data, and then being able to put this in place. So it's a long-term approach. But I think the other exciting thing to me is that this allotment, that teachers who receive these allotments, then they keep these designations as they move forward with their careers. And so, just a really tremendous opportunity, and I think all the board is really looking forward to see how this develops, and I have no doubt it's going to be great.
Thank you, Dr. Reiniger. Dr. Noyola? We'll move on to item number 9, matters relating to business services. Item 9A is consideration for approval to award construction services contract for the Harlingen CISD baseball fields backstop renovations, bid number CNST 1020. Mr. Julio Cavazos. Thank you, Mr. Hymas, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 9A is consideration and approval of contract for baseball and softball field backstop renovations. Let me share this screen here real quick if I can. Share. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a ranking sheet that we
You have
did
to-
receive 5 proposals.
Julio, go ahead and open the attachment.
I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. Hold on a second.
Thank you.
There you go. So this is the ranking sheet for the proposals that we received. We did receive 5 proposals, and we ranked the proposals, and we're recommending the top rank offerer of G&G Contractors. They received 111 points, so they're a top rank offerer, and the total bid for that was $207,875. You can see that it's not the low bid. Low bid came in from Marty Friedrichs of $160,000, but they received the least points. So, they did not rank out, they did not submit a good proposal at all. So, even though they were a low bid, they received the least points of these other proposals. So we're recommending G&G Contractors for this particular agenda item. I do have some pictures of what it's going to look like, if I can share those here real quick. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So this is the backstop area that each one of our fields, the baseball and the softball fields will be getting. It's going to look similar to that. Let me see, with the poles and the whole wiring and everything. Again, we're recommending the top rank offer, G&G Construction. Be glad to answer any questions that the board members might have.
Mr. President, I have a question.
Can we get a motion and then we'll discuss?
Well, I think it's fine to have discussion. We don't necessarily have a motion yet, but if you'd like to do it that way, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
So the question is on the ranking, Mr. Cavazos. I don't know the last time that the board has revisited the ranking criteria, but I would ask maybe Dr. Cavazos and Julio Cavazos to weigh in. Are we in a pretty good place right now for where we feel the ranking system is working? I know you mentioned that the lowest bid received also less points and all, which is fine. But I just want to be sure, because it's been a while since we last revisited the ranking system for bids like this, and are we pretty happy with that is working very well for the district?
Yeah, we think, that it is. It's a good idea to look at it every year, every 2 years, at the most. The last time that we looked at it was when we did when we were going out for bids for the UTRGV project. We adjusted it at that point in time, but we can certainly bring it back to the board, maybe discuss it in the facility committee meeting and bring some recommendations and have that discussion. But it's been working well for us. Oscar, you might want to chime in as well. But we can certainly look at it.
Yes, the last time we made changes was recently in the UTRGV bid. We made some changes to the proposal, even got some input from UTRGV, how they do things. So we made some changes. The problem with the package of the low bidder is that they just were missing a lot of information. If you look at a bunch of zeros and ones, incomplete packages, or just missing information totally. And so they're not responsible enough to put a good package together, then says a little bit about how they process paperwork and care about the bids that they're submitting. I think sometimes they just kind of slap something together and turn it in to meet the deadline, but don't really put a lot of time and effort in doing that. So we kind of feel that maybe they didn't do a good job on putting the bid numbers together either. So that's why they score low.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that it works, and I'm very happy to hear that you all are happy with it. And I just wanted to, whenever you all think it's appropriate to bring it back to the board for a relook or consideration, that would be fine by me. But I'm happy by those responses.
Sure. So our budget for this was $200,000. So these other bids came within budget. We feel comfortable with going with G&G Contractors. They've done a lot of work for us in the past, and they've done a good job so far.
I make a motion for approval, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. Reddish. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr.
Dr. Reiniger? Thank you. Is that why their bid was so low, Oscar or Mr. Cavazos? I mean, not that it matters, but I'm wondering if that's, because the other bids were pretty comparable, weren't they?
Yes, and then sometimes they go with subcontractors that are not licensed or bonded or experienced. We had that issue with another general contractor that their fencing company just didn't know how to put a project together and read specifications and turn in submittals to get the right product approved. And sometimes it has to do with the subs that they're getting prices from may not be very qualified. So that's why low bid is not necessarily the best.
Right. All right, thank you, Mr. Tapia. Okay, so we had a motion by Dr. Pettis, a second by Dr. Reiniger. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all. Item 9B is a consideration and possible action to adopt resolution for purchase of alleyway property from the city of Harlingen, subject to reimbursement by Circle K. Mr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Hymas, Dr. Cavazos, board members. So agenda item 9B is consideration and possible action to adopt a resolution to purchase the alleyway in the Gordon Nicks. So let me show you a picture of this. I think I have a picture of it. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the Gordon Nicks property, and this is where our athletic ticket office is. This is the alleyway that, belongs to the city. This was our parking lot, and this, of course, the building. So the city has agreed to sell us this alleyway for $12,000, which is what it was appraised for. You can see, this is the appraisal, so it got appraised for $12,000, and the city has agreed to sell us this, this alleyway, and in turn, Circle K will add the $12,000 to the purchase price of the Gordon Nicks building. So we're going to pay the city. Circle K will reimburse us at closing. So we're comfortable with that. We did have a meeting with the Circle K attorneys last week, and they said that that's fine, and that they agreed to that. So we're recommending to purchase this alleyway, and then in turn, when we sell it back to Circle K, and they will reimburse us at closing. Glad to answer any questions that board members might have.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Mr. Parks.
I move that we approve the resolution to purchase the alleyway as recommended by staff for $12,000 from the city of Harlingen.
I second the motion.
A motion by Mr. Powers and a second by Dr. Bobby Muniz. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Cavazos. Moving on to item 10, is matters relating to human services. Item 10A, approval of recommended revisions to policy update 115 on second reading. Dr. Alicia Noyola.
Thank you, Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, board members, senior administration, and audience. Tonight, we bring forward for approval recommended revisions brought by TASB through policy update 115. Last month, through our policy and audit committee, we reviewed 13 policies that were being recommended for revision, as I mentioned, under update 115. This update 115 focused on updating and reorganizing several of the policies that are part of the FFE series of the policy manual that revolve around student welfare. Several of these policies were revised to incorporate new Title IX regulations that came into effect in August and now are being codified into the policy manual regarding sexual harassment under Title IX, and establish the procedures that school districts need to follow as they respond to any allegations of sexual harassment. In addition to those changes, Update 115 also included several other policies that were affected by legislation from the 86th legislative session that were not included in Update 114, and so they're being now brought forward as part of 115. And then numerous minor changes that brought forward clarity to the administrative code. Tonight, we bring these forward for your approval on second reading. Again, administration recommends approval of these revisions.
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I move approval as recommended by staff of the policies on second reading.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Fleury and a second by Mr. Aguirre de Leon. Any further discussion? Not, we'll vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Nola. We'll move on to item number 11, adjournment to closed or executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082, the Opens Meeting Act for the following purposes: discussion of employment of teachers and other professional staff, and discussion of administrators. We are now in executive session.
We're El otro.
We're live.
Okay, we're
Okay, we're
live.
live. We're now reconvening into open session for action on matters discussed in executive session. Item 12A, consider employment of teachers and other professional staff.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the teachers and staff as recommended by staff in executive session.
We have a motion by Mr. Powers.
motion.
Second by Dr. Muñiz. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. There's no action on item 12B, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank
We're
you.
still on?
We're still live.
We're still live.